Guys, I was excited earlier on because I said I have guests, amazing guests, and of course my first guest is here, and believe me, I have so many questions for him. I don't know if the segment is going to contain it. Emmanuel Akpe, he is a stress management consultant, so you can imagine, because life has so many things we have to deal with. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Olawumi.
Now, I can't go ahead and even talk about what you do before I even ask about stress, because a lot of times, beyond even what happens, like going to work, over the years, you see people, maybe their eyes are red, things are happening, they're like, what happened? It's stress. I'm not feeling fine. It's stress. You know, you broke down with malaria. What happened now? Stress. What exactly is stress?
Okay, so there's a misconception of what stress actually is. People feel that when you are looking down or you have overworked yourself, that you are actually stressed out, but that's not the issue. The point is, stress is a reaction of the body to situations around it. So it is a reaction of the body that makes you stressed out, not what is happening around you. So it means if there is a situation at hand and it's capable of making you stressed out, but your reaction is positive, you will not be stressed out.
Wow.
But when your reaction is negative, stress starts creeping in. So that's just it. Your reaction to situations around you, especially negative reactions. That is what stress is. Because
this is now like making it seem like, okay, the ball is in my court. If I don't want to be stressed out, I won't be stressed out. But of course, there will be reasons why people, you know, you're the expert. There'll probably be a cross-section of reasons or top reasons why people would be stressed out. What are those things that can cause people to be stressed out?
In fact, there was a poll that was conducted by CNN sometime in 2009. And they threw the question open, what is the number one cause of stress? Guess what everybody said?
What?
Money. So, remove money from the system, stress will be over. A lot of people are stressed out because they want to get so much money, and that is what the major cause of stress is. Then another cause of stress could be marital issues, problems at home. We have emotional stress could result from your emotional reaction to things. Some people are very emotional, so when things happen to them, it gets to them, and they break down emotionally. In fact, emotional stress is one of the highest level of stress because it can drain the body. When the body is under emotional stress, and even other types of stress, the nutrient of the body is being drained, is almost exhausted. So that is why you see the person looking stressed out, and you can say you are actually experiencing stress.
Wow. You know, I remember, growing up, you see some people are talking to themselves. They're properly dressed. They're talking to themselves. I remember my mom saying, that person is stressed out. It might be their relationship and things like that. Yeah. So never let that happen to you. I mean, just like you're saying that, you have control over it. But how do people become conscious of the impact of stress on their body and, maybe be able to train themselves, if possible, to ensure that they're not stressed? Is it possible? Okay,
yeah, it's possible. Especially if they remember that the fact that stress affects two aspects of the body and the mind, because both of them are embedded in an individual. So the impact of stress on the mind can be devastating, can actually darken the mind. So see people acting in such a way that they wouldn't have acted on a normal day, but when they are under stressful situation, they act that way, killing people, doing all manner of wickedness just because they are under pressure. So that could be the impact of stress on their health and on their mind. Once you start getting to that level where you are always bitter, you are always angry, irritated, you are almost tending to depression, you should check it. There's a problem. Then when stress is breaking down the body, some people go to the hospital, maybe feel sick, and when they get there, you run all the tests, nothing is wrong with them, but they are feeling sick. It's because of the impact of stress on the body, because stress can actually produce a hormone which is called cortisol, and cortisol causes body pain, causes headaches and all that, because the chemicals being produced when you're under stress, the body produces some hormones, and those chemicals being produced under stress, they're called chemicals or hormones, can actually destroy the body if left unattended for a long time. That's why stress should not be for a prolonged time. It should just occur for a short period of time, and you're able to resolve it and get back on your feet.
Okay, but how do you, like, I'm going to ask about you being a stress management consultant, because I mean, that's not what you hear every time. You hear doctors, you have nurses, you know, maybe psychologists and those kind of things. But for someone who finds themselves at this point, what are some of the ways to, you know, ensure that they can manage it? Is it that they have to manage it, or is there a way for them to, you know, just cut it off totally? I mean,
well, that's why it's called stress management or stress management therapy. There are some things you need to do, because in reality, you cannot do without stress. The body is designed to undergo stress, but not for a long time. So one of the major things you can do is check your lifestyle. What kind of life do you live? What kind of things do you do? Are you a smoker? Are you a chain smoker? Do you sleep very late at night? Do you engage in unhealthy habits like eating out? Then you also need to check on the kind of diet you eat. I've been able to classify diets into living food and dead food, because a lot of people don't know that you might not even be passing through a stressful situation, but you can be stressed out by the food you are eating. So there are some food that are called dead food. Those food have virtually no nutritional impact on the body. Yes, value of the body. Canned food, overcooked food, processed food, refined sugar, all those are dead food. But if you can do more on living food, that is raw, that the life force is still in it, and the life force gets into the body and begin to supply all the nutrients the body needs. A lot of people don't understand that you might be eating but not feeding your cells, but you are eating, because the nutrients and the vitamins the cells need to convert whatever you are eating into energy, it's not there. And you get those nutrients from raw food, raw vegetables. Ask yourself, I've been eating for the past 1 year, how many fruits and vegetables have I taken?
True.
And you ask yourself, why do people get sick? Why do people find themselves in the hospital? It's because of the linkage. Because when you are missing a major nutrient, the body becomes stressed out, because it's overworking itself. Once the body becomes stressed out, diseases begin to result.
True. Now, you know, I mentioned earlier on, people hear of doctors, you know, but you never think naturally that, okay, you need a stress manager. But please talk us through that. What exactly does that entail? And also, you get to see all these things that are going around because of stress. What are some of those key things, and how do you help to ensure that, you know, we find that center? Because you hear them say, oh, you have to find your center. I guess that's also trying to, you know, have stress management. Sometimes you go for, you know, go to a masseuse. Sometimes you do your therapy, detox, those kind of things.
Yeah, actually, stress management was not popular in Nigeria when we started around 2015. I remember writing a proposal to different organizations, but they looked at it and said, what is stress management? What are you teaching us? Don't worry, once they pay us. A lady told me that once I get my salary, my stress level drops. I said, what happens if they owe you for years? So stress management, a lot of people are getting more interested in it. Especially now they are seeing the impact on their body. Nigeria, as a case study, if you don't know how to manage stress, you find yourself in the hospital. So a lot of people are beginning to accept it. I just came back from a training in a part of the country that for 1 week, people are listening to stress management strategies, listening to natural ways to manage stress and to revitalize their health and come back. So it's becoming very popular, and a lot of people are buying into it. Then for what you can do to find a balance, actually there's a balance between positive and negative stress. Because positive stress means that you're motivated, you want to do the job, you're happy about it, but after some time, you begin to wear out.
Yes.
This negative stress steps in. So at that point, you need to strategize and look for a way to find the middle. First of all, you must condition your mind to not react to everybody around you. If you can condition your mind that it's not everybody, anything they throw at me that I react to. For instance, if somebody walks up to me and slaps me, and I smile and just walk away, my stress level will not increase. But if I decide to go into a fight, I will be increasing my stress level. So sometimes I just wake up in the morning and say, today I don't want to be stressed out. No matter what you're throwing at me, I've taken that decision and I keep myself happy. I don't get stressed out.
Thank you so much. I wish I could go on in terms of asking you more questions, like personal questions, like picking your brain. But I will say thank you so much for coming on the program.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The program still continues, and up next we have...